everyone, so these are the materials for my Maker Faire project. We have a paper plate which we're going to build our cells on. I have a couple just in case, backup. I have the copper wire and the chip from the Chibitronics set that we're going to be using. I also have some markers for decorating and a couple different poking instruments because we're going to want to poke holes up through the paper plate to allow the LEDs through. We also have our two types of Play-Doh for our sticky circuits, for our squishy circuits, that we're also going to be using. So we have Chibitronics and squishy circuits is what we're working with. And I also have some of the stuff from the Arduino kit because we use the LEDs in here. And I also have some paper to draw up my schematics that you will see shortly. But we're going to build a little animal cell on here that lights up and is really fun and interactive. So that should be everything. I'll definitely take notes along the way if I add anything or if anything needs to change. I have a bunch of different writing utensils for, taking notes and for other parts of the project. Other than that, that is everything that we will need. So let's go. So this is the schematic, which I hope makes sense because in my brain it does. For other people, I'm hoping it does well as well. This is the top of the plate. As you can see here, I kind of did it this first, then the schematic to make mental sense of it myself. But on the top, we have 3 red LEDs pushed up through the plate so that all you can see is the lighting up part. And then here we have the different wiring for the copper tape. And it also has ground, the 2 pins that you really will be using for that. All the different decorations that you'd have on the top of the plate. Directions being draw your cell organelles, because you want to draw everything out and then place everything, because where you draw it might not be exactly where I draw it. It kind of gives you a little bit of artistic ability there where you can kind of do what you want. And then you will lay down the wiring, place the white LEDs. Those are like the triangle little pieces up here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 LEDs. Make sure you're laying them ground and laying the ground piece part correctly. And then on the bottom of the plate we have our squishy circuits, which is that conductive and insulating dough. I did a parallel circuit here so that I could light several at one time. You just need to roll out the dough into little snakes like so and line them up with your mitochondria that you have on the top there. That part gets a little tricky and you may need some assistance there. There's also the 9-volt battery, which will be pulled to the side over here, and you will light using the 2 wires in the conductive dough. So that's pretty much the schematic for that. I hope that's helpful and hope that makes sense. Because to my brain it does. I'm hoping to others it may as well. So there you go. Thank you. Alright, so this is my finished product. I used Chibitronics here, as you can see, with the chip and the wiring running through. All highlighting different important parts of the cell. And then over here I used squishy circuits, if you can look under there. It's a parallel circuit showed under there. It was a little difficult to get it to work. The lighting up of it still doesn't love to work. The one in particularly likes to work, which is good. What this is supposed to show with having the squishy circuits keep the mitochondria constantly lit is to show that it is the power source for everything, because the mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. And then just how these LEDs move throughout, it shows how the power moves throughout the cell. And I thought it would be a good way to show how the cell may function. I didn't change too much. I kind of had a mental flub of how, the LEDs work up here, because I was trying to do the Chibitronics underneath the plate like I did with the squishy circuits. And then I realized that doesn't really work because the sticky side is on the other side. So I had to figure that out. So I just put it up on top here. So that was one thing I had to change. And I just used the basic multi-thread on Chibitronics to kind of get it to light up differently. But not too bad. Sticky circuits, I mean, the squishy circuits were a little difficult to get up under the plate. This would be much better, I think, with two people, because then one could be paying attention to what's going on under the plate, and one could be making sure that the LEDs get through the plate, because that's where I struggle a little bit. If there were two people, I feel like it'd be easier to kind of get it to work, and you could get all three to work. I did have them working earlier, but when I press them through the plate, it kind of makes it difficult to see what's going on underneath it. But that's my project, and I think it's really cool. I actually really enjoyed doing this, and I thought it was a cool way to show a science concept. And that's what it looks like, all drawn out. There's your animal cell. So thank you. This was a fun little thing, and I might use it in the future. I kind of things I want to workshop a little bit, but I think it was good. So thanks for a great semester. Hope everyone enjoyed theirs, and on to a great break. Thanks.